Hi, this video is part of the module on strategic business relationships. And now we're going to talk about what is a partnership. Is this relationship a partnership? So, before getting into how to build a partnership, we are going to try to identify what are the characteristics of a relationship that has potential to be a partnership. So remember these two options that we have, two broad options, either a transactional relationship or a relationship like the diamond here below, where the functional executives from both companies interact between each other. So how to identify whether a relationship is in fact a partnership? Well, the first point to address is mutuality. In a business-to-business relationship, the relationship wants what the one that wants the least wants. That again is a relationship wants that the one that wants the least wants. So if one side of the relationship does not want to be a partnership, then the relationship will not be a partnership. For the relationship to exist, then both sides of the relationship need to want to dedicate the resources that are necessary to design and sustain the partnership. So if the supplier wants to have a tight relationship with cross-functional interaction and the customer does not want, then there's no mutuality. That relationship will not be a partnership. That doesn't mean that it's not a perfectly good business relationship, but it's more like a transactional relationship. The opposite is also true. If the customer does want to have a partnership-like relationship where executives from each function interact with the executives of the other side of the relationship, if the supplier does not want that and only wants a salesperson to call on the company, on the customer, then that relationship will not be a partnership either. So mutuality works both ways. Only those relationships that both sides of the relationship want to be a partnership has the potential to become a partnership. Now, many times I'm asked whether this or that relationship are a partnership, and everyone wants to have a partnership because it seems that more is better. However, to identify whether a relationship is a partnership, and again, we don't have to have all relationships configured like a partnership, there are three features that I have identified that describe whether a business-to-business relationship is a partnership. The three elements are longevity, degree of closeness, and long-term orientation. Now, longevity means that you know each other. However, longevity on itself does not mean that the relationship is a partnership. As a matter of fact, in executive seminars, I found several examples where a customer and supplier have been customer and suppliers for years, and the only interaction they have is through order placement, shipment of the product or services, and payment. And that's it. There's no further interaction. So in that relationship, both customer and supplier could be engaged in that relationship for years. However, that's all they expect from the relationship. That's all what they're getting. Both are satisfied with what they're getting. The relationship has been has existed for a long period of time. However, it's not a partnership, and that's perfectly fine. The two elements that differentiate an old relationship or a long relationship versus a partnership is not looking backwards, but is looking to the future. So the two elements are degree of closeness, and degree of closeness speaks up at how tight are the interactions across functions. So if we have that diamond-shaped configuration where the logistician speaks to the logistician, the manufacturing manager speaks to the manufacturing manager, the R&D people talk to the R&D people, the IT people talk to the IT people, the finance people talk to the finance people, and so on and so forth, then that's a high degree of closeness. The other element that characterizes degree of closeness is the frequency of the meetings. Do we meet in a cross-functional environment to identify opportunities to develop within the relationship ever? Do we meet once a year? Do we meet 4 times a year? Do we meet in the annual supplier convention, or do we meet in an intimate relationship between customer and supplier? That speaks to the degree of closeness. And the other one is long-term orientation. So look at your plans and look how far in the future you are planning together with the other side of the relationship. Are you planning the next month? Are you planning the next quarter? Are you planning new product introductions? Are you planning further developing a region somewhere in the world? How ambitious and how far-fetched, how broad are the plans that are existent jointly in that relationship? So that's the other element that speaks at whether a relationship is a partnership or not.